On July 1st, 5 of us from Berean left for Berean, Mongolia, and we did basketball and volleyball camps. The purpose of that was to establish relationships with the young people in that city to try to help bond between the church people and these young people. Mark and Karen met in the college worship group here and were married here at Berean and now represent Pioneer Missions, have been in Mongolia for 15 years, and so we went there to help them. We had some of their church body helping us in the camp and getting to know these kids on a one-on-one basis so that we left, we still had a connecting point after we were gone. One of the things that we were excited about was the gentleman that provided the volleyball players. These were his kids that we were teaching. The first day of the camp, he came in and he sat there and he really had a look that he was not happy with the situation. And by the middle of the week, Mark came to us and he said, I had the most unusual conversation with that coach. And he came to me and he started talking about Buddhism, start to question why Buddhism is not the answer. And he said he's never asked me questions like that before because we were there helping his kids learn more about volleyball. And he was seeing that we were there not for any other reason except to coach basketball and volleyball. We were accepted very well by the Mongolian kids. They were very excited about Americans coming to coach them. So it was hard for us to leave, and we are asking God's direction in whether we should go back.
This summer, the college group sent out a team of 15 to go to Spain to serve the Lord and do ministry there. One of the projects we did this summer was to staff a summer camp called Manantiales de Vida, which means Springs of Life. It is run by missionaries from Lincoln Berean named Glenn and Sue Ashcraft. During our time at the camp, we were able to help Glenn and Sue by staffing the kitchen, doing dishes, setting up for meals, tearing down for meals, and then also just cleaning the bathrooms and maintaining the camp during that time. We did a lot of outreach with people. We did sports camps for some youth in some areas, and also just went alongside them and serving and building relationships with the Christians that are in different places around Spain. One of the amazing things we got to see God do was actually when we were approaching the phase of the trip where we were spending time in Vicar. The church there has a pastor named Antonio that we had communicated with beforehand, and Antonio actually owns a house that he rents out to Senegali men that are immigrants, and they're actually without work right now because of the economic crisis. So we were able to go and just clean their house for them, and all of the men there were just like, why are you guys doing this? What are you guys doing? This is awesome. Thank you so much. And it actually provided an opportunity for us to just get to know them, and then also they are all Muslim, but they invited us to come back the next day and just pray for them. They wanted prayer. We had an opportunity to come back and just pray for them one by one, by name. We got to learn a little bit about each one of them and just pray specifically for their needs. And we got to do a little bit of worship with them. And then through that, we were able to invite them to come to church that next Sunday. Going to Spain, we were really excited just to be able to serve the missionaries there and to share Christ with the people. But in addition to that, we found that we experienced great growth as a team. We forged bonds just with serving with each other that are just so unlike any other bonds that you can have. We were exposed to short-cycle church planning and to different ways of doing missions that just radically altered our worldview and our God view and just showed how big God is, and just it was so encouraging to know that God is working in Spain just as He's working here and just as He's working in all the rest of the world.
Last July, a 60-person group made up of high school students and adult leaders from Lincoln Berean traveled to Costa Rica to help build God's kingdom. After meeting and getting to know our partners Josue and Ale, and 50 other Costa Rican students and leaders from a church in San Jose, the combined team traveled to the small city of Upala, Costa Rica. For the next week, the team was busy doing God's work. During the day, some helped with construction projects. Some painted basketball courts. and some dedicated themselves to children's ministry. Every night, community-wide outreach events such as outdoor movies and concerts were held in the city park. The trip's impact on the community was evident. Lives were changed, and many people came to know Jesus. While the trip was both physically and emotionally strenuous, the students and leaders came home with a new perspective on the global church and how every tribe, tongue, and nation can worship the same great God.